Okay, our next guest is here to provide you proof this morning that in an ever difficult world for two sides to come together and find common ground, today he can, because here we sit in the 3+U studios with Mark Warren in his Tennessee Orange.
There's no common ground here. Ain't it good to be alive and be in Tennessee?
Go Dogs!
Go Big Orange! Go Big Orange!
So
listen, I found this in my attic last night, you know.
In your attic?
Hey, my attic. Well, it's been since 1998. I can actually say, go Big Orange, because we're number one. We're number one. It's been about 25 years since I put this thing on. I think it's full of spiders, but that's okay.
I'm not going in your attic to get down Christmas stuff.
My attic is off limits.
So, Mark, of course, Tennessee, as big as they come. I went to Georgia.
Yes.
So
I'm not sure we can actually get through this interview.
I think we'll be fine.
Okay, we'll try to work through it.
It was heresy when I went to Georgia.
Heresy.
It was, because I'm a Georgia Tech family.
Oh, is that right? Well, how'd you work that out?
I was the little sister, so it was okay.
Okay.
So today at the Dalton office, we'll talk about the fun first.
Then
we'll get to
today in Dalton from 11 to 1. Stop by for some free hot dogs. We're also giving away Georgia UT football tickets at 12:30. To register for the giveaway, go to our Facebook page, WG Facebook page.
Okay.
And register for the giveaway. It'll be at 12:30 today.
Okay. Are you doing today the Text and Drive Pledge?
We'll be doing the Text and yes.
Okay.
The Never Text and Drive Pledge will also be done today between 11 and 1 o'clock in Dalton.
That is my segue into not football, but the meat of the conversation.
Yes.
Because we live in a social media world. I guess that's fine and good.
Right.
You say, please don't put on social media when you have a car accident.
Yes, there's really no good reason to put on social media pictures from a car accident. Just don't do it. It'll come back to haunt you. If you file a claim, have to file a lawsuit, the insurance company will have access to your social media pages.
Okay, so I think I follow, but get into some specifics.
This is what I see, okay? A person posts accidents from the accident scene of the actual crash. And really, you should not be focused on taking pictures and posting on social media.
Isn't that kind of a violation of privacy?
Well,
what about the person?
there's, like I say, you should be focused on the other driver, making sure they're okay. You should be focused on your own injuries, making sure you're okay. There is no reason. Take pictures. Take pictures.
Yes.
Document the crash. Document the property damage, obviously. But there's no reason to post within the first half hour what happened.
Right.
I mean, there's such a need. We think that this happened to me. I want to tell the world about it.
Right.
Well, what happens is then a lawsuit's filed. The insurance company has access to your social media posts.
Right.
And in your deposition, they're going to spend some time about, so you're so hurt, you're so concerned with the other driver, you're posting on social media, you're making a big to-do out of this, posting on social media a car accident.
Also, this might be stepping into it.
That's just wrong right there.
But if you take a picture, if you've ever been in an accident, it takes a little bit of time to process all the pieces together. Was it really one person's fault clearly? Was it a mutual problem?
Right.
You get the idea. So then those experts have to weigh in.
Yes.
If there's a picture, the insurance company can use their own expert to say, we interpret it differently.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's okay to take pictures, just don't post on social media. And if you're hurt in the accident, the insurance company is going to have access to your social media. So if you're hurt in the accident and you claim you're hurt in the accident and 6 weeks later you're doing tumbles at the gym on social media.
Oh, and they can see that too.
They can see it as well, So just keep that in mind that once a lawsuit is filed, the insurance company has access to your social media accounts. And they can go back, for years and get video, but it's post-accident that you want to be careful about what you do post.
Well, it's kind of good timing that we're having this conversation. We changed the clocks this weekend, so we lose an hour of daylight.
Yes.
I know we talk about the 100 deadliest days of summer, but when the clocks shift and we're driving in the dark more, is that a problem?
Well, it's always a problem kind of getting in a routine about when you leave and how light it is outside. You should always keep aware about where you are, how fast you're driving. And I think sometimes if it's dark outside, you're more likely to have more accidents.
Well, those school buses, in the morning
Right.
hours, it's darker.
It is darker.
It's a little bit trickier.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. There's other mistakes that you can make after a car accident besides just posting on social media. For example, giving a statement to the insurance company. The other driver's insurance company might call you up and want to take your statement. Well, there's no need for a statement. The accident report is your statement. The police comes to the accident scene, they investigate, the police take your statement, and they arrive at the conclusions of what caused the accident. And the accident report is really all you need to give to the other driver's insurance instead of a statement. The only reason, honestly, they want a statement is they want to try to trip you up. That's the only reason that they want a statement.
So
there's no need for a statement.
Just to clarify, there are fender benders that happen all the time,
Right.
and then there are the really serious accidents that we
Correct.
sadly hear about. If it's a typical run-of-the-mill fender bender,
Right.
do you have to be quite this alert?
No. This is the tipping point for me is if you feel like you're hurt in the accident.
Okay.
That does change the whole dynamic of what you're entitled to. You're exactly right. There are a lot of fender benders where you walk away, no one's hurt. No harm, no foul, no need to hire a lawyer, no medical bills incurred. But if you incur a medical charge and the other driver is responsible for that medical charge, that's the other driver's insurance should pay for that medical charge.
Okay, you had said something earlier about the importance of making sure the other driver's okay, being
Right.
courteous, and yet we've heard before too, don't necessarily get out of your car because you don't know who you've hit or who's hit you.
Yeah, and that's still an issue with law enforcement. Law enforcement, before they get there, should you check on the other driver? I personally feel like you should check on the other driver as long as it's safe.
Okay.
You should check on the other driver.
I would
Just
agree.
by being a good neighbor. Now, law enforcement is hesitant to nurture this because of road rage. You really don't know what you're going to find in the other car when you check on somebody.
Right.
Because they could be very angry about what just happened.
Right.
And sometimes we have road rage incidents that start with just drivers checking on each other. So be aware of your situation, be aware of your circumstances. If it's safe to get out and check on the other driver, I always encourage that.
Here's the other thing. You can hear this multiple times, and then if you're in the accident, you just kind of freeze and you forget everything you know.
Right.
So they have an app. I know we're saying don't do social media, but
Right.
they have an app so
Right.
that if your phone was still in use and you were okay, you could download that, and it's a checklist of what to do.
And you're discombobulated after. If you've ever been in a car accident, the world is swirling around your head. It's good to have like a checklist.
Yeah.
And we have an app that you can download with a checklist of things that you need to do.
Okay.
At the time of the accident, and on that app, one is a little button to call 911 to get help out there.
Is it helpful if there's been an accident and you happen to be a witness to it, either to stop or at least to call and say, hey, I think I saw this?
Well, stop. If you witnessed an accident and you can stop safely and wait for law enforcement, obviously it's going to assist the police officer in determining how the accident occurred.
Yeah.
But I understand that if you're on your way to work or for an appointment and it might not be you might not be able to, but if you're able to, obviously, and you can check on the drivers
Right.
themselves and wait for the law enforcement to get there. Yes. by
You're
all
not
means.
being a busybody.
No, you're not being a busybody.
Here is how good
You're
of
being a good neighbor. You're being a
Here's
good
how
neighbor.
good of a friend I am to you. We have 30 seconds left. I'm going to show people where they can go to get their hot dog today in Dalton.
Well,
And
wait. Before we go to the graphic, you got to put your finger on. There you
Okay.
go. I got one for you, one for me. Okay.
Okay.
And then we
That's
have to
what I'm
go. Go Big Orange! #1, baby.
Go
Hey,
Dogs!
Go Big Orange!
Go
Go Big Orange! What are you doing? Go Vols! Go Big Orange! There's a spider. There it is, right there. Hot Dog Day. Come see us. 300 West Emory Street.